Hi, everybody.
Oh, hello. Hi, everyone.
I was supposed to be quiet while she got on her phone, and I'm thinking, you know what? Doesn't really matter. Still waiting for her, and I don't know why she has to go on her phone. The comments are right there in front of us.
I know.
And besides, it might screw
Doesn't
up
matter
with our
if it's being-
bandwidth.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to do that.
No, we wouldn't
No.
want to do that.
Well, hello, everyone. It's 6 o'clock anyway.
It's 6 o'clock.
It's
So,
6 o'clock.
welcome to Sandwich Generation. And I am Valerie.
And I'm Sheila.
And we are today's Litches.
Lady bitches.
Yep, that's lady bitches, so we've been told.
Yeah, and we're pretty good at it.
Yeah.
So we've been told.
Yeah.
So.
So, getting started today, well, we've got quite a few things in store for you today. So, again, we're in segments here. So,
a quick shout out to Johnny Levon's 9, Johnny Country, at TikTok and at Twitter.
Yeah. And thank you.
Yes.
For
your
we
support.
really appreciate all of your support, and thank you for being
With
joining us
during our
last week on our live. We really appreciate it. So
For
we want to give you a big thumbs up and thank you.
Shout out.
And a shout out.
Yeah.
So, well, that's what I was getting into, but she cut me off. That's normal. Okay.
And then what's up, Litches?
Well, that was one of the what's up,
Yeah.
but the other thing we want to share with you is kind of an up and coming business, right? And it's really cool. It's called
Pixie Spy Design.
Okay.
And it's Pixiespy Design.
Yeah.
And so Pixie Spy Design has a little contest going on right now.
Yes.
For the likes and follows.
For Father's Day.
For Father's Day. And so, yeah.
But I think what we need to do is explain what
they do. Well,
what they do.
First of all, shirts.
Shorts.
And these are Father's Day
aprons
shirts and
anything like that. So they do kind of like screen printing.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
For sure.
Okay, so that's what they do. They have really cool. I saw Sheila was on her phone, and I just kind of looked over her shoulder, and I was kind of peeking, and I saw, and it was kind of Dadpool, which is a takeoff of Deadpool, which is totally cool. And so
Father.
Anyways, I thought they were really brilliant designs.
Yeah.
And definitely want to give them a huge thumbs up. And when I edit this, and hopefully
they'll be up here.
It'll be up here, and we'll put all the contact information. And hey, get your thumbs up and follows, likes, and shares, because
so you can get one of their shirts.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's their Father's Day giveaway. So with Father's Day coming up, hey.
I mean, there's always a good reason to give somebody a shirt,
right?
But, or a hat, or things. I'm sure you'll be able to go on and have a look at some of their other stuff.
Oh yeah, all their designs. So I know they're on Instagram, Facebook, and all of that. So and we'll put all of that information out for you guys to share with you. So now we're going to move into segment 2, and that is it's a hot topic right now, and we're kind of repurposing, because we did do a blog, and we did also do one of our segments before on Sandwich Generation, and this was a long time ago. I'm going to say it was prior to Christmas, or prior to Christmas. Anyways, transgender in sport.
Yeah.
And that was the tagline, or that's what we had for our previous.
Oh, for sure. We had
transgender in sport,
and we had gotten into quite a bit of some of it was a little bit of a detail, because just to put it out there, you should know a little bit about some of the facts before you really speak about it. So we did have details a little bit more in our last segment. So you can see that on our YouTube channel. You go there and they can pull that up if they want to know.
Right, because at the time,
this is more of our perspective.
Yeah, this is more of our perspective, and it's kind of a takeoff, because in the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've seen a few articles in relation to transgender in college basketball. Okay, so and it's becoming an issue, or it is an issue, or it's being made an issue, let's say. And so we wanted to tackle it. I thought it was kind of a good time to bring it back up again, and first start by saying this is not this is our perspective.
That's right.
And we will disagree on some issues, and
we always do,
and that's okay.
Yeah.
But fundamentally, it's not about being right or wrong.
No.
And it's certainly not about inclusion or equality. Right? No. That's not what this is about. No. This is about, until recently, when our sports, whether it be tennis, whether it be basketball, whether it be hockey,
it was always like a male thing.
Baseball,
or female
it was always like the women's hockey.
Yes.
Well, they still have it. That's the point.
Women's hockey, males hockey, and then
women's tennis, male tennis,
really
all
dirty.
That. And then, however, and then it gets a little mucky. And so it's become an issue where there have been males that have transgendered to female.
Okay.
And
there's issues
and
where females have transgendered to males.
To males. So the reality is that is it an unfair advantage? Yeah. I guess that's the point being made. You're not going to affect.
And some of what I know, like mentally, this is some of the stuff that I do know. Okay,
right?
Is yes, these their muscle mass has memory. Like there's all these different things. Everybody's got their opinions. And then you have science, and you have
the medical part,
part of it, and all
and
that.
Hormones,
and that is where I don't know enough. So that's where I have to say.
We are not doctors.
No.
We are not educated in the medical field, and we don't even pretend to be.
No.
I guess what we're saying is, okay, let's put it to you
this way. If that's the issue,
no.
Exactly what is that?
My point is cut and dry.
Yeah.
Very cut and dry. And I just want to cut right to the chase. Here's the point. How long did our father fight for you to be included
in a hockey,
right? Mm-hmm. Because let's just say in Southern Ontario in the
70s,
early 70s,
yeah,
right? Well, actually mid 70s for you. I'm going to say early to mid 70s. Girls didn't play hockey, right? You figure skated
or ringette.
Or you could speed skate.
And ringette was often played with a skirt on.
I'm just saying though, that was a hurdle that had to be overcome. And all these years later, we now have the women's hockey team in Canada, right? And shout out to our boys who got gold.
Yay.
Hey. But anyway, just getting to, that's as cut and dry as I can make it. I think we all are in a position where we really don't know.
No. If it really isn't, and I guess the only way to truly know that is, and I just wonder what the people at the very top, the most elite of the elite athletes.
Okay.
I guess that's where the testing can begin. I guess that's where the testing's been in the past. Okay, so that's who they've tested hormonally and stuff like that, right? And they've said that the World Olympics has said that it's okay.
Okay, so what you're saying is, I think it's the IOC.
Yes,
not 100%. Not 100% sure, just off the top of my head there.
Okay.
But so what you're saying to me is that their IOC is saying that it does not matter.
Right.
So if you were a male and transgender to female as a weightlifter, let's just say.
Just say.
I
often thought that happened long ago,
but anyway.
For steroids, if you remember that.
Okay, so we're not getting into the Germans and the Russians and all that. All we're saying is that, so you're saying that the Olympic Committee has decided that if you
I think they decided with medical and science-based facts.
So nobody's going to question. Then what is the issue in the US with college basketball?
I'm not quite sure. And
Well,
I'm
the
wondering
issue-
exactly.
The issue is, they're claiming that there is an unfair advantage for a male, who, by the way, you cannot get rid of your height.
Yeah.
Unfair advantage for a male to transition to female and play on a female college basketball team.
And I can see where they would think that. Can you guys see that? Like how you might see that
as being, and they're saying it's not equal, but you know, vice versa. If a woman was to transition to male,
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen that in basketball or football.
That's what we should do. Hold on.
Okay.
Google that.
She's going to Google it. Well, hey, that's what Google's for, right?
Right.
Before we spent hours sifting through encyclopedias, but those days are gone, thank God.
Not necessarily.
Technology is not
necessarily
always a bad thing.
No.
Oh, by the way, hi, Allie. How are you? And oh, Mom. Hey, Mom. How you doing? Go ahead. Google it.
Okay.
So all I'm saying is that we have one. So what you're telling me is that we have the Olympics.
Okay.
Okay. Have said that if you identify as female, right. And you have made the full transition to female, then you can compete as a female.
Okay.
Okay. Is that what you're telling me?
That's what
and
I'm
vice
saying.
versa.
Yes.
Okay. So then why?
It has to be a full transition, and they have timelines, and they have
there's all kinds of guidelines because all of the hormones.
So you can just imagine. What they have to go through.
So then why wouldn't you implement the same things within?
Because I think that's often that's when things are changing for people. Maybe is during college. I don't know. And this is the whole perplexing question. I mean, you put it to, I mean, I couldn't find it, but if you guys can find somebody, maybe Google that and let us know. Somebody who's transitioned from female to male,
right,
and is playing in sport.
Okay.
And is playing in
are we looking
professional sport?
Professional sport?
Professional sport.
Okay, I don't know if that's something
in a male professional sport, I'm assuming. A male-dominated one.
Transgender professional athletes.
Mm-hmm. So I just really think that sometimes you have to.
You do realize that
I don't see any problem if the Olympics. So like I said, these are the top of the top.
Okay, so we have Renee Richards, Mianne Badger, and Bobby Lancaster,
Janae Marie Kroc.
Right.
Okay.
Now,
they're two female.
3 female and one transition from female to male. Okay.
Okay.
So this isn't obviously a new topic. Why is it getting so much? I guess maybe because
people are so afraid of an advantage. Somebody having the advantage.
Right. But I mean,
fear of the advantage, would you say? Because obviously it seems like fear.
I'm sure. Yeah, maybe it is fear. I don't know. Maybe it is an unfair advantage. I don't know. To me, that's something that would have to be answered medically.
Well, I also wonder how we might all feel, right? If you're a female who's trained your entire life as a female athlete.
Okay, I have as a figure skater, and then I can do, let's say I can do triple axel. Okay, but a male who transitioned to female, and she is now competing with me, and she can do a quad.
How would that make you feel?
Well, yes, I can see where the fear.
The skill is still something phenomenal on both parts.
Right. Wow, that's a good one, people. That's a really
Those
good
are the
one.
kinds of things we have to ask ourselves, right?
Well,
When
I
we're
mean,
looking
you
at
even pushed the
perspectives,
envelope,
right?
like-
I'm no, but I'm saying that it's time we talked about the perspectives and how people see things.
Well, you even said, could a government force somebody?
Well, that's it. Like, what about these countries that put more value on the gold medal than
On
they do
performance.
on a person,
Right.
per se?
On
And
performance.
so we'll just say, what if somebody's kind of
pushed?
Well, not put. Well, encouraged.
Okay.
Over encouraged.
And you think well,
do I think a government could do that? Over encourage somebody to do something? Yes, I do.
just think that's something extremely personal that I don't know. I'm like,
I
I'm
can
not
tell you
into
that there is
conspiracies.
nobody I know that, I have to be careful, who is transgender that would say, okay, that was an easy process and that this was so simple that they just, just to get the gold medal, they decided they were going to change their whole
Right.
life.
I don't believe that. I don't believe somebody's going to go through all of that.
No.
Just for
just for a gold medal.
Yeah.
Really. And some notoriety for how long?
Yes. Because do you remember who won gold in the 76 Olympics?
Yes. But there have been people
Like,
who have have moved over to, like I was telling you.
Right.
I actually watched a documentary. A woman had moved over and had chosen to become a male and realized after, I think it was 5 or 8 years or something like that, Valerie, that she wanted to go back. And ended up going back and becoming a female
we're
again.
Getting into a totally different topic now.
But what I'm saying though is that's the kind of thing that people who are competing against trans are concerned about.
Okay.
These are the concerns. These are the concerns
of people who are, and I guess so.
And if we're not taking those perspectives into account, then we're just not. Like, we have to understand both sides of it, right?
And I get that. I just guess where there's already been a system in place, why not utilize that type of system?
Well, I agree. That's exactly what I
said
before.
Sports, right? But
that's my standpoint. Actually,
who am I?
Is let's just take the IOC.
Right.
And how they treat their professional athletes.
Well, they're not
and do so as well, not professional, but how they would treat their transgender athletes and do the same in all other sports.
Right.
In other countries, because then that's how everybody.
And we understand that,
if you're all going
of course,
to the Olympics,
that's not always going to exist in other countries. And Canada happens to be a progressive country like that, the US, and there are other countries that are not. And that's, fair enough. But the reality is, I guess I'm all for why, if something isn't broke, why are we trying? Like, why are we trying to reinvent the wheel? If they
again, because people down there
are concerned
about inequality. That they don't feel that they're being treated equal.
I get that,
or that
Yeah, and we can go round and round and round and round.
Right. No, but that's where the opinion is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So now
something to chew on.
It is something to chew on. And hey, feel free to share your views on this subject, because I'll tell you, it's a hot one right now. And I can kind of see both sides of the fence on this one. I'm just...
keep the dialogue open.
Yeah, keep the dialogue open. I'd be interested actually to hear from people actually maybe in that situation.
Yeah.
Right. But anyway, hope we gave you something to chew on. Next, we're getting to Dear Litches.
Dear Litches.
Okay. So first of all, last week.
Litches.
Yeah. Last week we kind of got into... we just want to do some clarification here.
We wanted to clarify this.
Because we had a question posed as to, so if pornography was involved.
Yes.
prior to getting married
Is it still okay after?
Is it still okay afterwards? So, and I was like, oh, this is easy, right?
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, getting married doesn't change that, right? And
well, we don't think that.
Unless you don't want it to, then
right.
that's a conversation you have.
Right.
But anyway, so we couldn't understand where the context
of the question.
So we got some clarification. So I'll let Sheila give you the clarification.
Okay, so the clarification is that this person watched pornography or looked at books of pornography prior to marriage. They never had sex.
Right.
Once marriage happened, they had sex.
Okay.
And therefore, she wanted to know why it was continuing. Like, why would you want to continue if you
already have the product, so you don't have to look at it anymore.
She doesn't understand that.
So that really lends more to the context of the question, and it's not that easy anymore.
And some of that question some of that answer is cultural.
Sure.
In this instance, some of it is a cultural thing.
Definitely not North American.
Right.
Yes, because you might want to test it out first.
Just saying.
Just saying. Not always, but hey.
Some people do.
Yeah.
I don't know who they are.
Anyway.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Okay. Another topic for another day.
Yeah.
So now that we have more clarification on that question.
Okay.
All right. Now we have a new one.
Okay.
And so.
This is you.
This is me. So it was posed to me. And it does make sense when you think about it. So you're required to renew your driver's license. Everybody knows that. And every province and territory has a fee scale of what it costs for you to renew your driver's license. So for senior citizens in this province, it was like $65. Or no, for the driver's medical.
Oh, okay.
It was $65, right? Okay. Now, after a certain age in every province and territory in Canada, you are required to have a medical prior to renewing your license after so many years.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So my husband has to do this because he needs his class 1. So every 2 years he has to get a medical to renew his driver's license, which is cool. But the reality is,
does the company reimburse it?
Nobody can claim it on taxes.
No?
It's tax deductible. Okay. But anyways, so it used to cost $65 to get your medical, for your driver's license here in Alberta. Just saying. Yeah. And as of 2 weeks ago, it is now $120, which is about it's almost double.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Anyways, it's now $120, and I mean, but
that's a lot.
So why?
That's a huge increase.
So here's the question. We're requiring our senior citizens to get medicals because we want to make sure it's safe for us and them to be on the road. Right. And has anybody ever heard of a senior's discount? Like, are you kidding me? Like, why?
This makes no sense, people.
It makes no sense.
So you're taking...
Because I asked my husband, I was like, okay, what does it cost you? Because he just had one not too long ago. And I said, what did it cost you for your medical? And he was like, $150. He said, yeah, it went up. It used to be like 120. But the thing is that he requires that and he has to do it. But it's for
he also makes money because of it.
And he makes money because of it, but it's required for his employment. But when you're a senior citizen, you're just doing it for the privilege to be able to go down the road to your doctor's appointments and get your groceries and all that fun stuff and maybe visit a relative or two.
Right.
But the reality is almost doubling a fee is absolutely ridiculous.
I can't believe we're even discussing this. And I'll tell you why. Because senior citizens...
Because it's coming.
That's coming. I know, but by that time it should be close to $1,000 a year if they can have their way. I'm sure of it. I don't understand what's going on. Why would we do this to senior citizens?
I got it, and then I didn't even know what to say. I'm like, yeah, all fees go up. Yeah, all fees go up. But the reality
So what they're asking us is why? Well, let's find out.
Well, that's the whole point. It wasn't so much of a why is like, what the, you know what I mean? Like, what's going on in what's going on, people? Why do we have to charge? And hey, it's AHS, which is Alberta Health Services, that puts it out.
Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe they need the money. They are pretty strapped right now.
Okay, I have a solution for you. Okay, I'm all about solutions.
This is not funny, but it's ridiculous.
Okay. First of all,
that we're having this conversation.
Because I'm going to get a little controversial for just a minute.
Okay.
All right. One, I know how we can save money in Alberta. It's not that difficult, people. We need to separate, just like every other province except for Ontario, Alberta, and I believe it's Manitoba or Saskatchewan. Can't remember which one that has a separate school system, and that we are funding as taxpayers' dollars are funding. And my philosophy,
that's going to fix everything.
Oh yes. Hey, if we have one school board, not 2, 3, whatever, with one school board, one public education system, like the other provinces, it's not that you can't choose to go to a separate school or a private school, but you got to pay like everybody else. Anyway, just saying that money could be taken and put into AHS, and we can stop doubling our seniors' payments.
Yeah, doubling, period.
Come on, doctors.
Doctors.
Like, come on, shame on you.
Yeah, taken from a bunch of senior citizens.
Exactly. And I don't care if the AHS guidelines say that. You're a doctor.
Yeah.
Come on, that's just ridiculous.
Just because it's a guideline doesn't mean it needs to be real.
Yeah, give your seniors a discount or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I realize we're almost asking for like a 50% discount here, but
I know, but I mean, now come on.
I'm just saying though, it's ridiculous, and it happens like in all of a sudden, boom, there it is. And I'm sure fees have gone up all the way around, and you're not just attacking senior citizens, but you should have left them out of the equation.
Yeah. They shouldn't have really been in it.
They shouldn't have even, their fees should have never been in the equation to begin with. Okay, I've said my piece.
Yeah. Yeah. And never mind the fact, that out of everybody on the planet, the seniors are the ones that are actually going to, keep giving us the knowledge, keep giving us the, I don't know. At some point, you're going to be a damn senior. Just remember that. If you're not one now, you're going to be. And this is how you're going to be treated.
And we fundamentally, because we're Gen Xers, we're very aware that that is like right around the corner for us. So, hey, that's why we're speaking.
And after that is my kids.
Right. And guess what? The clock doesn't slow down for any of us. As a matter of fact, I find it speeds up as we get older.
Yes.
But yeah.
So anyway, let's start doing something about it now.
I'm just saying, come on, Alberta. Come on, Alberta Health Services.
Yeah,
come on.
What are you doing?
Right. Anyways, that's
couldn't complain about it any more than I have, but I would complain about it if I could. It's just so stupid, Valerie.
I know.
It's just absolutely.
I almost want
atrocious.
Maybe the doctor's office. Maybe if you have to stick to your schedule, people.
We'll start buying cheaper toilet paper.
Oh, well, no, I've got an idea. Why don't you get, how they have donations, like
donations.
Tips and stuff.
There you go.
Seniors Donation Center. Leave your dollar bills here.
Yeah.
There you go. And then when somebody comes in
to get a
you take the money out of your donation bin to pay for it.
Yeah.
If I'm just
not
giving
saying
suggestions, some suggestions.
But there's, way too many trying to benefit from being a senior.
Since we've been yakking about
it just kind of pissed me off.
It just kind of pissed us off. So it's one of those that's where the lady bitches come out.
Yeah.
Anyways, hope you
wake the hell up.
Yeah. Hope you guys Have a great week. We'll see you again next week. And shout out to everybody and thanks for your support.
Hope we gave you something good to chew on.
Yes, for sure. Bye.
It's